Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I'm really happy to have Kavya, Priya Prasad, and Andrews with us here today. The topic we're going to talk about is something I think many of us don't really think about until we are actually faced it, right? So, what if your career suddenly becomes impossible to continue? So we spend years building our careers, right? We invest our time, energy, and experience into them. But life can change unexpectedly. Family responsibilities, health, company changes, layoffs, relocation, or simply reaching a point where the career we built no longer fits our life that we wanted. So today, rather than looking at it as a fear, let's look at it from a place of possibilities and preparation. This is going to be an open conversation. There is no right or wrong answer, and everyone may have a different perspective based on their own experiences. Some of them have experienced this career discontinuity, and some of them they might have realized it even before that happened, right? So let's start. Let's hear from each of you, and I'll go with Kavya. Maybe I'll start with you. What comes to your mind when you hear this question?
Okay, thank you, Kavya, for inviting me. Hi, everyone. My name is Kavya. I'm a software engineer by profession, but currently I'm doing this business full time now. And I started this business about 7 years ago when I moved to Germany as an immigrant. So my career, to answer your question, like when did my career stop? I actually had to discontinue my career and restart. So I was working at Infosys back in India as a senior software engineer, and then when my husband got a job in Germany, I had to quit my job in India and had to move in with him. So I had a home loan back in India. I was earning a very decent income back in India, and I was financially independent. And cut to suddenly I became dependent, and that like if you are somebody who is financially independent, you might feel like it is not that I don't want to depend on my husband or he was not looking at taking care of me, but that feeling was there that I have to be financially independent, right? So that is when I started looking for something, and I was in Germany, and I didn't know German. So getting into an interview itself was difficult when I went to Germany. And I also didn't want to go back to my IT career because it was hectic for me. And I used to come back in the midnight sometimes, and work life balance was not there. So I really didn't want to go back. But again, because of all the commitments I had, I thought of going back to the IT. But the interview itself, like, because that was the language was the main requirement, and I was not able to get into interviews. I just tried for one or 2 months, and that's when I found this business. So that is when I started this, and I've not gone back to my IT job after I started this business. I've been doing this for 7 years now, and now both my husband and I, both of us, have quit our jobs, and we are doing this business full time now. So one thing I would suggest, like when I was in IT, or when I was working full time, I never thought of having another stream of income. I never thought I would be quitting my job, and I never thought this that would happen, right? So now when I've been in this business for so many years, I understand how important having a backup stream of income is. If I had thought of this before, I would not be going through a lot of uh, the tension and the thing that you go through in the few months that you don't have a job, right? So that you don't have to actually go through if you already have a backup stream of income. So now I understand that, and now I've built something that is stable, which doesn't have to, like, I don't have to go back to my job anymore. And being not working for so many years at a job, I can't even think of going back to a job now because I'm my own boss, and I can't even really think of going back to another job for sure. I can do another business for sure. Yeah, that's about me, Kavya.
Thank you for sharing your experience, Kavya. So one thing I understood is like, I mean, you didn't realize it before. Like once you
Yes.
had to stop once your career stopped, then you realize that you had to do something, right? Because you're a person who cannot sit idle or be dependent on somebody, and that's what the push was for you. So there was a mental pressure for you, right? So you never know like whether you were able to build this business, whether this business was going to give you a stable income or no. So you just started it because you had no other option to do. So some of us are like, we haven't reached that stage yet. In my experience, I realized it just with one job loss. So when the layoff happened, I realized, okay, I can get a job now easily. Like after my job loss, I gave an interview, and then I cracked one and I got a new job. But then the fear was seeded then. I mean, I realized, okay, maybe after 2 3 years, the layoffs are like happening these days. It is more in the current market. So again, after 2 3 years, I might experience the same. So that is the realization I had, and that's how I started the building it, even before something happens. Thank you for sharing your experience. And Andrews, I would like to hear it from you. We both are, all of them, like all of us are engineers actually here. So what is your experience? What is your perspective? Have you gone through any such fear, or have you faced any career breaks in between?
Yes, Kavya, and firstly, thank you for inviting me for this. So I'm Andrews. I live in Australia. As you can see, there's a name like ex-civil engineer, and I'll tell you why all this has happened, like, and why I put myself as ex-civil engineer. So I came here as a international student in 2015, but I worked for a couple of years in India, and then when I came here, went through like all finished my masters and got a job in for full-time role in the Australian defense projects, and later I worked for all infrastructure projects. So career-wise, it was all good. But when during COVID time, like in 2020, that's when I got a job in Tasmania, Hobart. I moved there. I worked for 3 months, and then all of a sudden, in March or April, around that time in 2020, the COVID thing came. No one was expecting what will happen. So that island has completely gone into what do you say? Like, I completely isolated from the rest of the world, because the only point of contact is either you travel through airways or the waterways. So, and the point of contact is only Melbourne. So, when all that happened, there was no projects running there. So, my manager, he said, like, sorry, Andrews, we can't keep you. Unfortunately, you have traveled all the way from there to this island to work here, but we can't keep you because we don't have any projects, and that's it. So I had to be there, and I was unemployed for 1 year. Still, I didn't realize at that point of time, because I thought like it's just a situational thing. And then later I got when once the lockdown opened and I moved back to Melbourne, I started working here, and then got married. I have a kid now. So during that time, the work stress, I've reached to the level where the income was good, everything was good, but I reached to a level where I was taking like 5 full-time roles by myself. So there was so hectic time. So I used to start around 7 o'clock in the morning there, and then finish by 5:30. And by the time I come home, it would be like 7:30 or 8 o'clock in the night. So I got no choice. And since in the construction industry, it's not like an IT stuff like where people have go into mass layoffs. So we don't face that, uh, but still we have our own concerns where if something happens like a physical injury, we won't be able to continue our careers. So, for example, like if I get injured on site, I'll be covered by some insurance, or the company pays for me for the rest of my life. Okay. But when I go for an holiday, and I love traveling, so when I go for an holiday, if I fall somewhere and break my leg, and if something happens to me, that if they have to amputate my arm or leg, in Australia, as per construction rules, I can't enter the site again, and I won't be covered and I won't be paid for anything. So I have to look for another career. I have no other choice. And I've seen one of my colleagues who is like 50 years old, and then he's very passionate about working in the construction industry. So all of a sudden, at that age, he had his hearing loss. So it's not that fully he can't hear, but there was a slight gap. So whenever he goes for physical examinations, he would fail in that, and he won't be offered a full time permanent role. See, these are the consequences we face as a civil engineers. So that fear has come. And when I was stressed out a lot about my work, and I just told myself, if something happens to be, what about my family, right? So that's when I realized first I quit the job, and then I started to look for some flexibility of to work from home options where I can spend more time with family. So throughout my career, I was always on site, so I was not getting any those kind of roles. I can't get into design stuff. So finally, I was looking work from home options and all that, and I got this business opportunity where there is a flexibility. I thought I tried all different things, but this is one of the opportunities which is something I was looking to. And then when I started, enjoyed a lot learning all the new skills and upgrading myself, and I've realized like what it's like having our own business or having our own income, so though we don't have to depend on the situations or someone to pay us. So we can make our own income based on our skills and our confidence, like our whatever we see the opportunities, we just have to see and grab it. So that's how I grabbed this opportunity, and I changed my life, and now I don't have any fear. Now I can be anywhere I want to be, with anyone I want to, and then I can still make money. So that is something this business has offered me.
Thank you, Andrews, for sharing your experience. First of all, the pandemic that happened, that unexpected pandemic that happened in our generation, was one of the nightmare for all of us, and nobody expected it, right? So it's the
Yeah.
same way in our life. You never know what is going to happen in your life. You might be thinking, okay, this is stable, or this is going to serve me, this is going to be the survivor, I can survive with this for lifetime, my family is going to survive. All we think about is not only about us, we about our family as well. So the same way, the unexpected situations can come in our life, and we will act on it. Like when it happens, we act on it. Some people have to face it, to look for any opportunities, but some can realize it by hearing other stories, because you saw your colleagues who were going through a lot of painful moments right during the pandemic, and that's how that fear made you to pushed you forward to take up some decision or explore a new opportunities for you, right? So now, like after coming into this business, you are feeling very much safe, and you are feeling like grateful for getting into this platform, because now you don't have that fear. Even if you lose your job, you don't have that fear. So it's always good to have a backup plan when you're having something, when you're feeling all right, when you're earning something. So that's the smartest decision, I feel. Thank you for sharing your experience and views. Now we have Priya Prasad. Priya, what is your perspective and what is your experience?
She's muted, I think.
Am I audible now?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Kavya, for inviting me. Hello, everyone. I'm Priya Prasad. So we are talking about something that happens with a lot of us, but we don't usually talk about it much. So I'd like to share my experience on what if our career suddenly becomes impossible to continue. So I have been in the software industry for almost 6 years now, where I used to handle production incidents for a long time. For those of you who are in IT, you might understand what production incidents means. We have to attend untimely calls, be continuously available all the time at work, and we have to stretch ourselves for long working hours, and also we have to take up that stressful meetings all the time. So what I used to do was I used to extend my working hours, and I used to work so much that I used to even work in my weekends to cover up all my pending works. So in that duration, I never had much time with my family. I used to, that had become a routine kind of thing, which definitely feels impossible to continue in any career that we are in. So that will also have a negative kind of impact on our health, and also on the people that were around us, right? So that was the basic thing that I started feeling. And I asked myself, uh, why should I um, be in this IT job? And also, I had one more question, that is, what else can I do if I leave my IT job? So, with the same question in mind, I left my IT job, and later, at some point of time, I started this online business. But stepping away from what we know to becoming a digital entrepreneur, um, for some people, it might feel it's a huge thing, but I would say it is kind of easy thing, because we can manage it with the same skills that we already have. Basic thing like the willingness to learn, and with some patience, whatever we used to show in our IT industry, we can put in the same effort. I mean, with minimum kind of efforts, we can do this business. So, at some point of time, every professional might have felt stuck in their jobs, and they might have seen themselves in my position, which I have been through. So, I think it's not a path that is going to be ending. So, it's better that we have the freedom to look for an opportunity online, so that we can build a career which is more worth it, rather than working for someone else. So that was the thing I had in mind, and that was the um, thing that I wanted to share with you all today. Over to you, Kavya.
Thank you, Priya. Good. Yeah, I think all of us can relate to it. IT, we all have extended our works, and we didn't care about our family. I mean, even though we wanted to, but it there was no option. There was no choice, because this is the bread and butter, and money is also equally important. We have to earn, and we have to support our families. So we were not. We were reluctant about our health, and it was impacting our surroundings. So good that you made this decision. And I know everybody has a reason to act. Whoever has explored this opportunity, whoever has a backup plan, not only this business, I'm talking about the other stuffs also. Everybody has gone through something, and that's how they have built something new for them and for their family, right? Or they might have seen some others struggle, and that's how they have learned also. So thank you, Priya, for sharing your experience and your perspective about this. And thank you, everyone, for sharing your thoughts today. We can't. The takeaway from this discussion is that we can't always predict that what happens with our careers, right? But we can prepare ourselves by creating options. So, if today's conversation made you curious to explore what these options could look like, feel free to reach out to us, and we would be happy to share more, and let you decide if it is a right fit for you or no. So, thank you for joining us again.